Hey guys, here we are back for another Golf Clash tutorial here. Vineyard Vines, hole 3, par 5. Ooh, look at that wind. So that'll make things interesting. Jesus, why do you have a POC 6 already? 7,000 games, that's why. I have 700 games. Still a little, I'm starting to question their matchmaking a little bit because, you know, since the update, you know, I'm just playing massive clubs. Every single opponent just, you know, well outmatched. Fortunately, if you've been paying attention to the guides, you know, I've been making it through with this Guardian. This is the biggest reason, if you guys are watching some of my shootouts in these videos, as to why I highly suggest you guys using Guardian until that, until your other, what's the word, sniper ends up progressing a little bit farther. I'm going to minimize the wind a little bit here. I think I could use it. You know, getting that wind down is going to help me to not overlaunch this. Do keep in mind when you do this, you're probably going to be looking at about maybe plus 30%. I'm looking at least 7 rings down. I'm also going to do a hook shot, so right around 1 full target. And I might just come off the power a little bit, as you can see, just to make sure that, you know, I don't overlaunch. Oop, I still overlaunched. So that's not even near what I'm going to need for this adjustment here. It's probably going to be at least a plus 50% adjustment. I did back off the power and still launched at least 10 rings, 9 rings. It was very, very far on that. That's one of the reasons I was trying to restrict the wind, because I wanted to really make sure that the ball didn't get too carried away. But, you know, that gives you a good sense as to how much it's going to fly in that situation. As long as that doesn't go in, I'll be okay, because I'll still be able to get you guys a third shot from the fairway. So even if I lose, not a big deal. So with a revised, I'll probably still use, so this time you're going to see that I get straight into the wind now. And that's going to really limit my capabilities here. So what you'll probably see me do, I'm going to switch to Titan. We're going to have to play basically an intentional layup, which is going to turn this into a 4-shot hole, unfortunately. So you are going to have to play this kind of multiple ways. There'll be a downhill version and an uphill version. In this situation, you're not going to need to use that same adjustment. Well, why can't I get... So maybe about plus 30%, 8 rings or so. Just going to have to wing it real quick. I did hit a great ball, not a big deal. Just trying for, more than anything, position. Let's see how this runs out. That's pretty good distance control, not too bad. So it's going to be very challenging from this side. You'll see that I use a Titan because I'm really going to need good range for this next shot. Now, I don't know how this is going to work out for my opponent, but if it was me, you know, don't aim on that fringe like my opponent's doing. This can lead to the ball going off and flying to the side a little bit. And in fact, it ended up doing that because of the great ball. But even with a perfect ball, you can sometimes miss like that. So you do want to be very careful in those situations. Let's take a look at this, at what we're kind of up against here. What I'll usually do is maybe try to, with a Guardian shot, maybe do something similar to this. And you can see that, you know, a little bit uphill. I'm not going to play it since it's a tailwind. I'm going to just, you know, play it the max number, right around 3 rings or so. And just let it launch a little bit and do some curl on top. So that's what you're going to be seeing me doing, right around 3 rings or so, 3.3, plus some curl just to get the ball going towards the hole. Perfect ball. So had I drove it there originally, you can see, you know, I would have gave myself at least a reasonable chance. It is going to roll down into the rough. and I'll have to make this pitch now because it didn't quite hold up there. Now, normally I would have taken off some of that backspin. I just want to let you guys know the reason that I was cranking it full, I expected the ball to spring forward quite a bit more than it did, especially with that curl. It adds extra momentum. So I just want you to be, you know, thinking about these influences. It was something that I was thinking about. Had I been able to see a little bit more ball guide, I might have, you know, accounted for enough. Now, one of the things that I'll usually always do is I'll try to size up the cup just to kind of see what this looks like. You can see that the bullseye is bigger than the cup, so I usually won't go for that shot in that scenario. But just as I was mentioning, you know, I will try to, you know, hopefully try to change my guide just a little bit. You can see right around here, just on the front of the green without adding too much extra power or anything. Make sure that it does land on the green. Perfect ball. And I'm able to roll it in for birdie, and we'll still go to shootout. So let me pick you guys up on the shootout. You know, had I just laid up from the beginning, you know, you can still get your eagle. From there, more times than not, it would just have to be a nasty headwind from laying up. Just make sure that you're putting those Titans on if you do have to lay up. So good luck there, and I'll catch you guys on the shootout.